Hello everyone and welcome to another Bedrock Edition add-on showcase. So iEmotionless just released a add-on called Bedrockium, and with it you can make bedrock, and it also comes with you can make this Bedrockium, and it also comes with a sword. It has a 50 attack damage. And a cobblestone compressor is the tool that you use in order to make Bedrockium. And Bedrockium is basically 9 of the, I think, quintuple. Let's see. 9 of the quintuple. Let's go over here to the crafting bench. Let me get in survival. There we go. Now the compressor it really isn't that expensive. Nope, that's the explosion generator. Where's the compressor? Here we go. Cobblestone compressor. So it just takes single compressed cobblestone, a block of iron, and gold. That's pretty easy to do. And then you have let's have compressed cobblestone, and then double compressed cobblestone, and then where's triple compressed, quadruple compressed, and then quintuple compressed. The quintuple is a lot of a lot of cobblestone, because it's basically 9 of the previous ones, which is 9 of the previous ones. So you start with 9 cobblestone to get 1 compressed, and then so that's 9 times 9 is 81 to get to double compressed, and so on and so forth. It adds up really quickly. I think it's like 9. The sequence is 9 squared, I believe, plus 9 squared plus that's the way the sequence goes. And then the Bedrockium ingot is 9 at the quintuple. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done the math on it to see exactly how many. But I said it's 9 squared plus 9 squared plus 9 squared all the way down. So now to make a chunk of bedrock, you need 9 of the Bedrockium ingots. So as you can see, this is extreme crafting to the extreme, pretty much. I think this is I think one of these ingots is probably close to 1 million, and so to make a bedrock, you're talking about 1 billion or something crazy. I haven't done the math, so I don't know. This takes 2 of the Bedrockium though, but it does give you 50 attack damage, which is pretty crazy. And I'm assuming you could probably enchant that as well. Most of this stuff you can enchant. So that's the new add-on, which is pretty cool, because remember, he just came out. iEmotionless just came out with the armors add-on. And one of the armors in there is Bedrock Armor. And it's like, it's like the ultimate in the armor set, the Bedrock Armor. I think it gives you, you're basically invulnerable if you have the Bedrock Armor. But it takes blocks of bedrock. So you can imagine crafting a full set of Bedrock Armor would be quite the job. So you need a pretty decent system, and I've been playing around with it, trying to come up with a decent system, and I think I've got a pretty decent system here. Now, if you watch this, you can see this is almost continuous generation of cobblestone. What I have now, what I'm using is basic machinery here. I've got the refined storage because I did the other video on the problem that we're having with the conveyors. But the refined storage doesn't take the any of the compressed stuff. It's you'll have to do that separately from refined storage. But considering that what we're talking about is volume here, right? We're talking about millions and millions and millions of pieces of bedrock or pieces of cobblestone that we're going to have to craft, because it's 9 squared time, plus 9 squared plus 9 squared all the way down, and 9 squared. I don't know how that actual series works, but anyways, it's a lot. We're talking about millions and millions and millions of pieces of cobblestone here. So you need something that's going to generate cobblestone continuously, basically. So while you're puttering around and working on your other stuff over here, this machine is basically just cranking out cobblestone, and it's being compressed here in the compressor. Now, as you can see, if you look at the particles, I mean, we're getting almost continuous. It's about as continuous as you can get cobblestone generation, and of course the compressor is picking it up and compressing it, and it'll just keep doing that, until you go over there, and we'll look and see how much we've gathered up here. But the setup here is relatively straightforward. Now, again, you're going to have to once you get your production system set up, get a decent production system set up, you're going to have the necessary resources to do this, because it does take a little bit of resources to do this. You have the lava generator here, and then you have an oil generator here, and of course I'm using the advanced solar powers, which seem to be working pretty well. I mean, this little setup here with just the two of the advanced. Now, the advances are pretty expensive. It takes diamond blocks. It takes a regular solar panel and then diamond blocks and so on and so forth to make these. But again, once you get your production set up, none of this stuff is really going to be that big of an issue. You don't have to use any advanced power with this. It works just fine. These are the thermal, what are these called? Thermal generators, I think is what they're called. Geothermal. Yeah, so these are the geothermal generators here, and I really like these because they produce a good amount of power. As you can see, if you're looking at the power impulse, it's pretty continuous with just the two. I mean, it's pretty much, and every time this cobblestone generator gets a pulse, it's going to generate a piece of cobblestone. So basically, I have 4 of them. I think 4 is pretty good for one setup, because as you can see, I power each one individually. Because again, every time this gets a pulse, it's going to kick off a piece of cobblestone. So you need to power your cobblestone generators separately and not try to power them all together, because it's not going to work. They need to be separate, powered separately to get the maximum output. And so I just basically have the same setup here, which is really simple, on all 4 sides. And then, of course, you probably can do multiples of these, right? You want to do multiples of thought I turned the weather off. Excuse me. You want to do multiples of these in order to get the, again, we're talking millions and millions and millions of pieces of cobblestone here. So yeah, we're definitely going to have more than just one setup here. You'll have multiples of these setups, but each of these setups you could consider to be one module, and this whole setup would be one module. And then what you would have is just multiple modules over here as you get your resources going to get these going. So yeah, so I haven't checked this. Let's see. Well, nothing's coming out. There we go. Still coming. So I got 23. So you can see it's just generating compressed cobblestone pretty much on every click here. Right click. Yeah. So I think this is a really good setup. It's relatively straightforward, fairly easy to implement once you get your production system up and running. And yeah, it produces a decent amount of cobblestone, compressed cobblestone. Now, again, you're going to have more than just one of these running. You're going to have several of these setups running simultaneously, because we're talking a huge amount of cobblestone. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to share this with you, kind of a neat little thing. And yeah, so I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.